What's going on, guys? JSGC here, and we are here for another Manchester City watch-along. Today we're going to be doing the Premier League watch-along between Manchester City and Crystal Palace. Before we crack on with this video, as you can see, live subscriber count 14,900. We're less than 100 subscribers away from 15,000 subscribers. Is today the day we hit 15,000 subscribers live on this stream? That would be brilliant. If you are watching this and you aren't subscribed already, please do subscribe. What a way it would be during this watch along to hit the big number, 15,000 subscribers. Don't forget also social media links there in the description below and on the banner below me too. If you want to go and follow me on my Twitter and Instagram, email also in the description and on the banner too. If you want to hit me up for any sponsorships, for any videos or any general business inquiries. We've got our live chat rolling along too, so please do let me know your thoughts at all times in the live chat and also in the comments below if you are watching this after the stream. That would be much appreciated. So I just had a little pop-up there. And also, don't forget, leave a thumbs up if you do enjoy this video. Once more, 100 likes, the minimum aim for this live stream. At the moment in time, we're only 87 likes away from that. So, fantastic. So, who have we got in the chat at this moment in time? We've got Owen going for 1-0 to Manchester City. Win is a win. We've got Man City Thailand #1 as well. We've got Charlie Javier as well. Asim Mustafa, a JSGC member. Big shout out to you as well. Hoping that Manchester City, we can go second. We certainly can if we do win this game. And then momentarily we can go first as well if we do beat Aston Villa on Wednesday evening, but Manchester United are also playing on Wednesday evening after Manchester City, so we may go first if we win both them games, but it will be we'll go top momentarily, is what I'm trying to say. But Manchester United, if they do manage to, I think, win that game, then they'll go back first. But you never know what happens. We need to be making sure we're putting that pressure on. We've got Adam Quinn as well going for 2-0 to Manchester City, and we are looking for them 100 likes. That would be brilliant. Asking we will address the teams, including Zaha and Benteke. That Cardiff City fan, Cardiff losing to Norwich. I'm sorry to hear that. I did predict a draw in the last live stream, so it's a narrow game there. A narrow 2-1 win for Norwich. We will, Connor, thanks for tuning in. We'll speak about Foden and Cancelo being benched. Craig fan going for 3-0 to Manchester City. I'm liking that. Adam Quinn going for 2-0 to Manchester City. Junaid Khan going for 3-0 to Manchester City. That Cardiff City fan going for 2-0 to Manchester City. Lots of really good score predictions there. We've got Moni Fernandez as well. Thank you very much. I'm glad you did enjoy the intro, and I am very well, thank you. How are you? Who else have we got? We've got Mahad as well for tuning in, so thank you for tuning in as well. We've got Smith Soccer News as well, watching me, Sky Sports, and playing darts in the garage bar. Love it. Great Sunday evening. Thank you very much. We will have hopefully a very enjoyable live stream with Manchester City picking up the 3 points. Would be absolutely fantastic. We've got Clarksman tuning in once more. Connor going for 4-0 to Manchester City. Willie, we are hoping Jesus can finish today. That's what we are looking for. Charlie going for 3-0 easy win for Manchester City. Mona going for 2-0 to Manchester City as well. Clarkman going for 3-0 to Manchester City. And W Lock going for 3-1 to Manchester City. I will be giving my score prediction in just one moment. And Smith Soccer News as well. Going for 1-0. And Adam, we will be having a drink tonight. But I've not currently got one with me. It's in the fridge behind me. But firstly, we are going to be going through the team lineups for this game. So we're going to start off first with our opposition, Crystal Palace. They've gone with Guaita in goal, Ward, Tompkins, Gary Cahill, Mitchell, McCarthy, Miller Jelavic, Eze, Townsend and Jordan Ayew is their team for today. Causing me the most concern there is Eze and Townsend. Balls over the top, quick pace, direct, could hurt Manchester City in particular on them counter-attacks. Potential for set pieces as well. Some good players in the air there, including Tompkins and Cahill at the back. So things like corners and free kicks and balls into the box could be of a problem there to Manchester City, and we do know Miller Jelavic also takes a fairly decent penalty as well, so we need to make sure we're keeping it clean in the penalty area. On the bench for Crystal Palace today, they haven't filled their bench, so they must be having a few problems with injuries, including Wilfried Zaha not in their lineup at all, which is, in my opinion, a big bonus for Manchester City. On the bench for them, they've got Jack Butland, Van Aanholt, Scott Dan, Nathaniel Klein, Christian Benteke, Batshuayi and Riyad as well. So a fairly decent, strong bench that from Crystal Palace with a lot of Premier League experience in there. Players like Benteke could potentially come on and cause problems for Manchester City. Also got Batshuayi as well, who could come on and cause some problems. I'm not too sure if I'm surprised or not that Klein started, but there we go. Yeah, so that's Crystal Palace. I don't think this is going to be an easy game. I think they're a team that are very difficult to break down. They're a difficult team to score against. They're a difficult team to play against. And so I don't think this is going to be a very fluent game. 90 minutes of Manchester City pushing and pushing is what I'm thinking. And Crystal Palace trying to hold the door. Feel like if Crystal Palace are going to pick up the 3 points from this game, they're going to need to take the lead first. And if they're going to pick up any points from this game, they're going to have to make sure that Manchester City, if they do score, aren't getting that killer second goal and keeping Manchester City within touching distance at all times is what's needed. So I'm thinking for City, I'd be looking to try and get a nice quick start here against Crystal Palace. And of course looking to try and be as clinical as possible. Now moving on to Manchester City, we've gone with Ederson in goal, Kyle Walker right back, Oleksandr Zinchenko at left back. Gone with a great partnership of John Stones and Ruben Dias once more at the back for Manchester City. In defensive midfield we've got Fernandinho captain in the side tonight alongside Ilkay Gundogan, so we've got the double pivot once more, and a deeper sitting Kevin De Bruyne, which I presume is going to have the roaming freedom of the midfield and possibly potentially drifting to the right hand side. Bernardo Silva starting on the right wing. He could cut into the centre with Kevin De Bruyne taking over with balls into the box, which wouldn't surprise me at all. Looks like it's going to be Raheem Sterling on the left hand side and Gabriel Jesus going up top for Manchester City. It looks like City going for quite an attacking team here and certainly looking for goals. What I find most interesting is it could be Raheem Sterling on the right hand side and potential of Kevin De Bruyne drifting to the left hand side instead, and Bernardo Silva through the middle. And in my opinion, I think Raheem Sterling is more effective at this moment in time on the right hand side rather than the left hand side, so it'll be interesting to see what City do decide to go for when we do get kick-off. Now the substitute bench for Manchester City, we've got Zack Steffen, we've also got Rodri, Ferran Torres, Benjamin Mendy, Riyad Mahrez, Joao Cancelo, Phil Foden, Liam Delap and Tommy Doyle. So good for Liam Delap and Tommy Doyle getting on the bench there for Manchester City. Cancelo, probably the biggest name there to be left out for Manchester City. That does surprise me. Cancelo in fantastic form. I presume he's just having a little bit of a rest, which means he'll be good to go for the midweek game against Aston Villa. I presume the same is going to be said for Phil Foden. He's put in a couple of good quality performances for Manchester City. He's recently been getting quite a few minutes for City, so he sits this game out. If we need him to come off the bench, he will come off the bench if needed, but I'd imagine Phil Foden will also be starting against Aston Villa. It's just Pep going for squad rotation. I mean, Rodri normally starting for Manchester City on the bench today, Fernandinho starting instead, which in my opinion gets a big thumbs up from me. I'm happy with the Manchester City side, though I don't know about you, and I'm hoping that we can get the job done, and I'm hoping that City won't be fearful of sending a couple of additional players going forward. Looking at the double pivot, I'm hoping Ilkay Gundogan, if he wants to go forward, will. If Fernandinho wants to go forward, then he will, and also the same for the fullbacks, Kyle Walker or Oleksandr Zinchenko. If they want to go forward, then I'm hoping if the opportunity is there and Palace is sitting deeper, which is what I'm expecting, then City will go and do that. Couldn't rule out the potential of Raheem Sterling going through the middle and possibly Gabriel Jesus drifting out wide. There's lots of things that City could be doing here, and I'm sure City will have some tricks up their sleeve. Now, in terms of a score prediction for this game, I'm going to be positive. I'm going to go for 2-0 to Manchester City. I don't think this will be a very good game. I think Manchester City will score in the first half. I think Palace will sit deeper, and I don't think City will score until later on into the second half, and I think there'll be a couple of squeaky bum moments, and I think City will get the job done later on, I think in the last 10 minutes. If we're looking at the potential of goal scorers, I'm going to go for the first goal to come through Raheem Sterling and the second goal to come through Gabriel Jesus if he does see out the 90 minutes is my prediction. 2-0 Manchester City, goals from Raheem Sterling and Gabriel Jesus. Would love to know your thoughts in the chat of your score prediction for this game and who you think will score in this game. So, who else have we got in the chat as well? We've got JP once more. Thank you for tuning in, going for 2-0 to Manchester City. Mr. Chuckles going for 3-1 to Manchester City. Clarksman, thank you. Appreciate your support there with the transfer videos. What else have we got? No, Cancelo certainly is on the bench. Opinion on the Diaz and Stones partnership. I think it's a fantastic partnership. It's that solid that Ake and Laporte are going to struggle to get into the squad because it just works. It clicks well for Manchester City. And who would have thought that one of Man City's main attributes is defending? There we go. Mr. Super Sid, once more tuning in, so thank you very much for that. Aaron at home, moderating the chat as well, going for 2-0 to Manchester City, so fantastic. I'm going for 2-0 to Manchester City as well. Etzba going for 3-0, Dylan going for 4-1, Connor going for 4-0, Blake going for 3-0 to Manchester City as well, and JJ11, thank you for tuning in. So all good there, so thank you very much for everybody for leaving your score prediction in the chat, and please do continue to do so with that. But yeah, Liverpool, let's speak about that now. Have drawn 0-0 today with Manchester United at Anfield just before this game. That now means with both them dropping points that Manchester City with a win will leapfrog over Liverpool and into second place. So there's a big opportunity here for City to get themselves into second place with a game in hand on Liverpool as well, which is very important in my opinion. I think if we're going to challenge for the title, I think Liverpool's going to be our title challenge. Obviously not going to rule out Manchester United because they're currently sitting in first and certainly up there. I just don't think over the stretch of a 38 game season that Manchester United have the quality of what Liverpool and City do. The only thing that will decide this Premier League title though is consistency, and at this moment in time United sitting in first place are having the most consistency. I'm looking at City's fixture schedule though, and I'm thinking if we pick up 3 points today and we pick up 3 points against Aston Villa in midweek, 2 massive games against 2 very well organised teams, I'll be honest, 6 points is what I'm expecting from these games. We're playing at the Etihad Stadium. We've got the quality there. I'm expecting us to turn up, put in quality performances, and be able to pick up them 6 points. If we can pick up them 6 points, not only does that put us then in good stead for us finishing in a Champions League position, which I'll be honest, I was very concerned about a month and a half back, but also then putting us into the possibility of a title challenge and a title race as well as we're nearing enough being halfway through the season. So what Manchester City need to be doing is making sure that when we have got some decent teams and we're playing them at the Etihad Stadium, we're winning our home games and we're putting in solid performances, and we're using that for confidence build to go forward into our games coming up. When we're playing away from home, we've got a couple of tricky games coming up as well away from home, including a couple of difficult places to go and visit, including West Brom, who we dropped points against at home, obviously looking for ratification there and looking to try and get revenge, and also against Burnley. We've also got a match against Sheffield United coming up. These are all games, no disrespect to any of these teams that I've just mentioned, these are all games though that I'm expecting Manchester City to turn up, put in top quality performances and coming back with 3 points, because at the end of the day we've put ourselves in a position now, I'm hoping that we can use our momentum to capitalise and become the best that we can be, and see if we can get to the top of the Premier League table, which in my opinion isn't unrealistic by this point next week, that we could well be there, although we are relying on a favour from Fulham, who Manchester United play on Wednesday after the Manchester City game against Aston Villa, which of course is one of our 2 games in hand, still no date for the other game in hand, which is against Everton. So there we go. Lots riding on this game. That Manchester United result now just means that there's just a little bit more pressure here on Manchester City. We need to make sure that that's the best result, in my opinion, that we could have hoped for. Both teams dropping points. We need to make sure that we do capitalise on that now. And we can pick up the 3 points here. And to be honest, all I care about right now is City winning this game and getting the 3 points. I don't care if it's 1-0, 2-1. It's dodgy. It's not very good. I do not care. I just want 3 points. That's all that matters, and then we can move on to the next game. This is a season where it doesn't matter about performance and quality. It's all about turning up and picking up the 3 points, and which is what Manchester United are doing really well this season, as much as it pains me to say. I don't think they're the best of teams. I don't think they're of high quality. I certainly don't think their philosophy and direction is of the best quality, but what they are doing is grinding really hard and getting wins when perhaps they're not deserving, but they're getting them. So it doesn't matter if you're winning 5-0 or 1-0, as long as you are picking up them 3 points, and that is definitely what will decide this Premier League title. I just feel like the fixtures now that we've got from now until the Liverpool game that we've got coming up at Anfield at the beginning of February, these fixtures between now and then, if we can win all of them games, then I feel like we're in a good position to win the Premier League title. If we don't, then I'm not sure. I'm just not sure. Need to just focus, though, like Pepper said in his pre-match press conference, he's just focused on Crystal Palace. Let's win this game, then move on to our next game. So that's my stance as well. Big 90 minutes coming up for Manchester City. A big game as well. Premier League action. Sunday evening. What's not to like? What I need now is a drink, so I'm going to go and get my drink for this live stream. Now, when I was at Tesco doing my weekly shop, I came across these. I managed to pick up 4 cans for £2.50, which isn't a bad deal at all. I was going to get some dark fruit. They're in a bottle, but they're low alcohol, because I thought they'd be suitable for when I'm doing late night live streams and I've got work the next day and things like that. But these were too good to turn down, so today we're on Magna's Dark Fruit. So I'm looking forward to trying these and seeing what they are all about. A drinks review. They smell very fruity, just as I'm opening them up, if I'm honest. Very fruity. But not bad. Sweet, but not bad. Certainly worth £2.50 for 4 cans. I'll take that. Hello, Dad. Thank you for tuning in. I am not too bad. How are you? Got a nice system. Got everything set up on the telly just in front of me. Ready for kickoff. Ready for this game. Wildcats. That's exactly what we're looking for. Top of the table come February 1st. Aguero back. We're then in where we need to be. Do I think Haaland's a realistic signing this summer? It all depends on his agent, if I'm honest. That'll decide if it's realistic or not. If I'm honest, if I've got £200 million to spend, I mean, I presume you're on about for Man City, not me personally. Because it wouldn't be who I would buy, it would be what would I buy. That's also a very good question. Yeah, City are looking at 3 positions: left back, defensive midfielder and striker. That's where the £200 million going to go towards. I'm going to address it more in my video tomorrow, my transfer update. So rather than answer it here, I answer it on that transfer update. So teasing you there. Stay tuned for that. Got Pep speaking at the moment, wearing a grey hoodie. We've got Roy Hodgson as well, Crystal Palace manager. Knows his stuff. Been around for a very long time. It's going to be a difficult game, this, for City. I'm going for 2-0 to Manchester City as well, Dad. 2-0 City is what I'm going for. Goal in both halves. First goal, Raheem Sterling. Second goal, Gabriel Jesus. I think they'll both come towards the latter parts of the half as well. That's what I reckon. JJ agrees, going for 2-0. Lexi going for 3-1 to Manchester City. My favourite City player, Fernandinho. Criminally underrated. Always does a job for Manchester City. Love him. Think he's just City through and through. I love players like Fernandinho, like Vincent Kompany, the Pablo Zabaletas, ones that live and breathe Manchester City, care about City doing well, put all their passion on the pitch as well. Yeah, I love it. Don't think you can get any better than that, if I'm honest. I'll be sad if it's a draw as well. Mixed going for 2-0 to Manchester City as well. Mixed moderating the chat as well. So keep it clean, no spamming. We know the rules here on the JSGC channel. This is going to be a tough game. I mean, Crystal Palace drew away from home against Arsenal in midweek. And Arsenal's not been in too bad of a form, if I'm honest. So it's important here for Manchester City to try and just put in a good performance and try and pick up them wins. City have picked up last 8 games in the Premier League. Manchester City have won 6 of our 8 last Premier League games, winning our last 4. Like I said, one problem we had last season was consistency. We never won more than 4 games in a row, so we've got the chance here to rectify that and win 5 games in a row here and do better than a run of form than what we managed to get last season. And looking at the fixtures that Man City have got coming up, like I said, these are all sounds disrespectful, but they're all, in my opinion, very winnable games for Manchester City. And if we're turning up and doing our job properly, we should be winning these games. It's all about if we do them jobs properly. So we'll see. We will see. Thoughts on Cancelo? I think he's having a great season for Manchester City. And yeah, I think he's a very, very good player. I like Cancelo. I think he's challenging, certainly. Kyle Walker on the right-hand side. I think he can do a job on the left-hand side. He's been putting in good quality performances this season. Long may it continue. Who is my favourite Chelsea player? Is a bit of a difficult question, if I'm completely honest. I would probably say... I'm torn, actually. I would probably say, on my own personal opinion, Christian Pulisic. I rate Pulisic. I think he's a very good player. But that's more because I have fond memories of him on Football Manager. Like I said, so it's a personal preference. So Pulisic is my favourite Chelsea player. Thoughts on Bristol City? I would like to go to Bristol City for an away game and experience what Bristol City are like. I had the pleasure of meeting quite a few Bristol City fans in Birmingham City Centre in April 2019. They seemed like a very jolly bunch, and I did enjoy speaking with a lot of the fans there. So, yeah, I'd like to get to Bristol and go and do an away game against Bristol City. Yeah, pretty solid. Yes, it seems like a good top away day. He's got nothing against Bristol City. And yeah, played nice attacking football when City played them in the League Cup semi-final that time as well. Continued to have a go at City. So yeah, I like Bristol City. Got absolutely nothing against them. I'm hoping for City to pick up a clean sheet, if I'm honest. I do. I can see why we've gone for Zinchenko over Cancelo. I mean, defensively, Cancelo is sound. I think he's a fantastic player. I just don't think City are expecting Palace to go forward that much. I think City are looking more for creativity here with what City are looking for. So I'm, I can see why we've gone with Zinchenko. I'm personally happy with City's team that we've gone with for this game. I think Palace are going to keep it very tight. I don't think we're going to smash Crystal Palace today. I think it's going to be a very tight affair. Which I'm hoping City can sneak, keep things tight at the back for us, keep a clean sheet and get that goal ultimately and try and win this game. 2-0 Manchester City is my score prediction. Would I like to do an away day at Cardiff? I would. I'd like to do one in the winter. I'd like to go and do Cardiff away when Wales are playing at the Millennium Stadium. I always want to go to the Millennium Stadium as well, so once fans are allowed back in and stuff, I'd like to go and see Wales play at the Millennium Stadium for the Rugby Union. I remember England were playing at the same time that Cardiff were at home. That would have been a top away day. Things just have to click in like that. But to be honest, it didn't have to be England playing Wales. It'd just be any Wales game. I'd just like to go to the Millennium Stadium just to say I've experienced it and see what it's like. Frank Lampard's a great player. Didier Drogba, fantastic player as well. I'm going off the current squad. I presume that's what the question was, having a look at. If I'm honest, hello Premier League. Thank you for tuning in once more. Yeah, Cardiff have got their new stadium. Moved from Ninian Park to their new stadium, Cardiff City Stadium. Opinion on how Ferran Torres is performing so far. I'm happy with the progress Ferran Torres is making. I think he's shown quality at times for Manchester City. I think there's also been times where he's needed to improve his game and step up his game, and I think he's going to learn from that and learn from the experience. But I'm certainly happy with the development that Ferran Torres is showing. But I think we'll get a proper judgment on Ferran Torres when once we get into next season. I said give 2 seasons for the development, see how he's performing, and judge only then. But yeah, I don't think he's been too bad for City, if I'm honest. I don't think he's been what City are looking for, but we've signed a player that's 20 years old, so it'll take 2 or 3 seasons to develop, if I'm honest. As Crystal Palace are coming out and Manchester City are coming out now. Asmodeus, where are you tuning in from for it to be 3 AM? Lovely dedication there, though. Thank you for that. Ruben Dias, fantastic player. Been a great signing for Manchester City. Really hasn't put a foot wrong at all, if I'm honest. So we do have the players coming out and ready for kickoff nearly here. Hello Jaden, thank you for tuning in once more. Do I know Millwall's all-time top goal scorer? I think that's more of a question for Mixed. His knowledge on football and championship is that above what mine is, if I'm honest. So I'll move that question to Aaron. I thought Ferran... Yeah, I'd say Ferran... I don't think Ferran Torres has done too bad. Certainly don't think he's been that bad for us at all, if I'm honest. Sky Sports and their pictures have done Ruben Dias a bit dirty there. They made him really small. This is definitely an opportunity that we need to take, if I'm honest. Auntie, I agree with that. Going for 2-0 to Manchester City today. And Neil Harris, there we go. Learn something new every single day, as we've hit 50 likes now, so we're only 50 likes away from 100 likes. And don't forget, we are also on that big push towards 15,000 subscribers. So if you are watching this and you haven't already, then make sure you do subscribe. As we are very nearly ready for kickoff here now. Midfield three of Miljelovic, McCarthy and MacArthur. A lot of power in there. The stats there just showing how much better City have been with John Stones in their defence. We are really close to 15,000 subscribers. Like I said, is this the live stream where we do that? Is this the live stream? It could be. It could be. W-Lock or Wollock, I'm not sure how you say that. But yeah, since Ferran Torres rumours all the way back in the summer, so thank you for that. I do appreciate that. We've had substantial growth over the last 12 months on the JSGC channel, so I do appreciate that. As Nicola's tuning in from Ireland, where's everybody else tuning in from? As we are ready for kick-off. It's Manchester City playing in their swimming pool kit, attacking from left to right, playing in their blue kit, white shorts and blue socks. Crystal Palace playing in their typical blue and red shirts, and also their blue shorts and blue and red socks, as we do have kick-off for this game. So we've got Daniel tuning in from the United States of America. We've got W-Lock tuning in from Manchester. We've got that Cardiff City fan, self-explanatory, tuning in from Wales as well. That's absolutely brilliant. Indianapolis for Robert as well. Love it, love it, love it. Ederson launches the ball forward, 25 seconds in. Ball just come off the head of the Crystal Palace player, and City have a throw-in inside of the Crystal Palace half. If you wonder why my head just turns that direction, that's where we've got the screen today. We've got it changed up rather than it being in this direction. It's over here today. So, yes. Premier League's been watching since the Koulibaly. Oh, God. Do not mention the Koulibaly name. We've got Matthew Walcott tuning in from the lovely Barbados. JJ11 tuning in from Wales. We've got Dragon tuning in once more. Is it Dragon tuning in once more from Jamaica as well. Mason tuning in from the USA. Lupus, I had Lupus comment. He's changed his name actually. Saw his profile picture. No mistake in his profile picture. Comment on one of my videos the other day. Wiped a tear away from me. I have missed him. But yeah, maybe we'll get linked with a Napoli player at some point. And we'll have Lupus back. I know we all enjoyed Lupus on this channel. I certainly did. I am missing him a little bit. Only a little bit, but I am missing him. I'm not going to lie. And Diaz has certainly proved to be a solid player. It's been a blessing in disguise, really, that we missed out on Koulibaly and we brought in Ruben Dias, because Ruben Dias has been brilliant. De Bruyne now, bringing the ball forward. Jesus flicking on. It's going to go out of play for a throw into Crystal Palace just inside the Manchester City half, as we're up to 57 likes now. Only 43 likes away from our 100 like goal. So we're not that far away, which is absolutely brilliant. So thank you everyone for that. That is much appreciated. Just having a look at my live subscriber count. We are only 52 subscribers. So 52 subscribers away from 15,000 subscribers. Like I said, this live stream could well be the live stream, the video, where we surpass 15,000 subscribers, which is absolutely sensational. Absolutely sensational. So if not today, certainly very soon, I'm hoping. That would be brilliant. John tuning in from New Zealand. That's brilliant. What time is it in New Zealand? I do have a drink. Got my Magners there. Would I rather sign Diaz or Koulibaly? Going off how Diaz has been, it's certainly Diaz. But at the time, I wanted, as a big fan of Koulibaly, I wanted him at City. It's Fernandinho. Puts the ball into the box. It's dealt with eventually by Crystal Palace, and they will bring it clear. Eze now on the left wing for Crystal Palace. Plays a ball off De Bruyne and out for a throw in there. Thank you very much, SM3G. I appreciate that. Tommy tuning in from Australia in a lake. That's exciting. That is exciting. The JSGC channel being viewed at a lake in Australia. International JSGC. I do enjoy that. Crystal Palace then. They bring the ball clear. They managed to pick up the loose ball actually as well. And Ayew now driving at the City defence. Gets the better of Kyle Walker. Plays it to Eze now on the left-hand side. He's got Fernandinho for company. Plays it to Townsend. Townsend still down the left-hand side here. Can he get a ball into the box? He can. He's not going to beat Ruben Dias in the air there. And Ilkay Gundogan does eventually, through his back, bring the ball away. And the ball is with Oleksandr Zinchenko on the left-hand side for Manchester City. Sensibly plays it back in his own half to Fernandinho. City looking to build their attack now. It is John Stones. We're through 4 minutes here. No opportunities as it stands. Currently Manchester City 0, Crystal Palace 0. In this Premier League game, Manchester City have the opportunity here to go second in the Premier League, as Manchester City pick up a free kick just inside the Crystal Palace half, and so a chance for us to possibly even get a ball into the box. That is very kind of Jaden to recommend me then. I do appreciate that. I've watched the Amazon Prime series, All or Nothing Manchester City. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant series. If you haven't watched it already, it's worthwhile getting your free trial of Amazon Prime and watching that sensational broadcasting. I enjoyed the Tottenham Hotspur one as well that they had out. Not too sure if they're doing one this year or not. I may be wrong. I'm not too sure. Thank you very much, Tad. I appreciate it. As Fernandinho plays the ball to Bernardo Silva on the right-hand side to De Bruyne, onside, squares it across, and Manchester City get their first corner of the game. So a chance here that comes off MacArthur for City to put a ball into the box. it's going to be De Bruyne with the corner. Ball goes into the box. Beats everybody. Finds Raheem Sterling, though, on the opposite flank. On the left-hand side. Cuts inside. Manages to get another corner there for Manchester City. As De Bruyne's got to jog all the way over to the opposite side to take his corner. So De Bruyne puts the ball into the box. It's a better ball into the box. Again beats everybody though. Bernardo picks up the loose ball on the right hand side this time for City. Milijevic knows full well he wants Bernardo wanting to cut onto his left foot there. Zinchenko back to Bernardo now on the right hand side for City. It's like opposites, Bernardo and Zinchenko. Zinchenko tries to play one into Jesus. He does do well. Jesus manages to pick up the ball. He was looking for a free kick. Referee isn't giving one though. And Crystal Palace can come away with the ball through Ayew. Plays it out to Eze on the left-hand side now. Eze into the City half, driving at the City defence. Got Fernandinho and De Bruyne for company. Fernandinho makes a good block. For Bernardo Silva couldn't control it and it ends up going out for a throw into Crystal Palace inside the Manchester City half. Excuse me. So we're still through 7 minutes here. Not had any decent opportunities at the moment. Hello Ryan, thank you for tuning in. I'm trying my best just to watch the game and tune in with the chat as well. So I do apologise if I'm not interacting as much. I'm just trying to keep an eye on what is happening here. For this game. Showing Crystal Palace's good record in the Premier League in Manchester in their last 5 visits. Haven't come away with a defeat. I'm hoping that's going to change today though. As Ruben Dias is pressed into a mistake though. Bernardo Silva mops up. Fernandinho just volleys the ball back to the goalkeeper for Crystal Palace. And Guaita can get play back underway here for Crystal Palace. So I think it's Tompkins that goes long. Ruben Dias challenges Ayew and wins the ball. John Stones clears the ball though off a Crystal Palace player and goes backwards. Zinchenko though does thankfully pick up the loose ball for City, and City can come away with the football and possession. So Fernandinho to John Stones. Stones driving City forward. Ruben Dias. His pass is going to be cut out, and Gundogan looks like he's playing in a more advanced position. Can't cut out the ball. Townsend plays a ball off of Ruben Dias and out for a throw in just near the halfway line inside the Palace half. So it's been a fairly boring first 9 minutes or so here. I think that's safe to say. Boring 9 minutes is how it's been. So I think we'll tune in with the chat. So I'm going for 2-0 to Manchester City today. Philip tuning in once more from the beautiful Jamaica. Love it, love it. So Ruben Dias puts the ball out for a throw in once more. I hate boring football game. That's funny. It's funny. Shows defensive stats. Man City first in conceded goals. Conceding only 13 goals this season. And also clean sheets. And shots faced on target as Kyle Walker chests the ball back to Ederson for him to pick up the loose ball and City can launch their own attack here. So I was looking for City to get a nice quick first 10-15 minutes. And the first 10 minutes have been very boring, neither side creating too much and not too much happening. John Stones bringing City forward though. Here is Bernardo Silva. Chips the ball in looking for Gundogan. It's going to be dealt with at the back by Tompkins, though the header does go out of play for a throw-in to Manchester City. Jesus now. Bernardo Silva. Real reasons tuning in from Minnesota, but from Jamaica. Love it. Nice. As we are up to 70 likes and only 30 likes away from 100. So any help towards 100 likes would be much appreciated, and we are also very close to 15,000 subscribers. So if you are watching this and you haven't subscribed already, please do subscribe. That would be much appreciated. As Fernandinho plays a pass out to Raheem Sterling now to Fernandinho. He plays a ball, switching the play across to the opposite flank. Bernardo Silva does get to control the ball and gets the ball back to Walker. Walker driving at the Palace defence now. Can he get anything across? Finds Bernardo Silva. He puts a ball in. It's not a bad ball in, but it is dealt with by Crystal Palace. And Townsend should mop this up. Plays it backwards and the ball will be cleared by Crystal Palace and out for a throw into Manchester City inside the Crystal Palace half. So better from Manchester City. City putting balls into the box, trying to make something happen, but nothing giving as of yet, as we're through 11.5 minutes here. Is Manchester City 0, Crystal Palace 0 in the Premier League. Good ball from De Bruyne to Jesus. Gundogan does have a shot, but it is blocked well by Crystal Palace. Probably the best opportunity that we've had of the game so far. It's Bernardo Silva now to Kyle Walker. Ilkay Gundogan. City just playing their 1-2 passes, one-touch football. Without too much happening or creating. No big opportunities as of yet. City have just had a block shot. So it's kind of the only thing that's happened in this game so far for the first 12 minutes. It's Kyle Walker. Fernandinho now. City starting to have a little bit more of the football. Crystal Palace have already shown they're not scared to get forward and try and make things happen. I think first goal scorer very important here. Zinchenko plays a ball over the top looking for Raheem Sterling. It will be dealt with by Palace at the back and they can work their way out of trouble. Townsend gets the ball clear for them. Will be mocked up by Zinchenko and he plays a first time one pass to Fernandinho. This is a decent spell of possession here from City inside the Crystal Palace half. Can they make it count and create into a chance and possibly into a goal? Raheem Sterling on the left-hand side. I said it was interesting to see if he'd go on the right or the left. Sterling seems like he is on the left as Zinchenko momentarily stops Townsend before getting a full block in and the ball goes out for a throw-in inside the Crystal Palace half. Are you now with the ball? Managed to get himself a throw-in inside the City half. I think the throw-in might be for City, actually. It is. Zinchenko's going to take. We're only 28 likes now away from 100 likes, so we're smashing it today, which is fantastic to see. So, big salute to everybody. I do appreciate that. Palace with the ball now. Zinchenko looking to make a tackle. Doesn't manage it. Good. That's a brilliant interception there from Ruben Dias. Unfortunately, Palace do pick up the loose second ball as he went sliding in to win the ball. It was a good ball in, a good interception from Ruben Dias. A bit unlucky that City didn't manage to come away with possession as Palace float a ball in, but does go out of play for a goal kick to Manchester City. As the ball's floated over, looking for Eze, over Walker's head, over Eze's head, and out for a goal kick. So it's John Stones, the much improved John Stones. To Kyle Walker. Back to John Stones. City patient with their build-up now. We're through 15 minutes nearly. The first 15 minutes, no real opportunities for either side. I was looking for City to be nice and quick, nice and dynamic. Hasn't really happened. Instead, it's Fernandinho with the ball inside the Palace half now. There's a run of Raheem Sterling. He looks for the run of Raheem Sterling. Ball gets played over and headed out sensibly for, I think that's Ward, and out for a corner to Manchester City. So a good run that from Raheem Sterling. Good bit of play from Fernandinho to play a ball across. Safe option there from Ward, I think it is, and out for a corner to Manchester City. So a chance here for City to try and create something, as it looks like City want to go early with their corner. They've sent all the big men forward, including Stones and Ruben Dias. It's De Bruyne fires one in. Guaita gets a big fist to it and fists it out. Zinchenko now can't get his head properly to any City player. Does manage to come away with the ball though. Walker now plays the ball out to the left-hand side with a pinpoint accurate ball to De Bruyne. De Bruyne manages to play the ball off Andros Townsend and out for a throw-in after De Bruyne just miscontrolled it slightly. Still, to no problem there for Manchester City. Here's Fernandinho now to John Stones. City bringing the ball forward. Ilkay Gundogan seems to be just sitting behind the striker at the moment in time. Now De Bruyne has, as Gundogan looks to fill the gaps. Bernardo Silva with the ball. To Walker to Diaz. It's Fernandinho. City just probing is what we call this. Having possession. Not too much happening though. Bernardo Silva. City certainly working the ball quicker and trying to make things happen, but nothing really happening as of yet. As I think that's going to have too much on it. Walker does get a ball across. They're appealing for the ball to go out of play. Nothing has been given, and Crystal Palace will hoof the ball clear. Ruben Dias should cut that off, and does. So good ball out, but it's a good interception. De Bruyne will pick up the loose ball. Walker to Fernandinho now. Although it's 0-0 and there hasn't been any shots, this has been good probing from Manchester City. It's just Crystal Palace have got literally 11 men parked behind the centre circle inside their own half. So City need to be at their creative best. I just feel like for this season it's where we're missing a little bit of the creative genius of David Silva, someone that can unlock these mean, tight defences. City need to be really alert. Lots of movement probably going to be needed here. Ball across has too much on it, so balls are going to have to be better when switching play than what that was over to Bernardo Silva, as it's out for a throw-in to Crystal Palace on the left-hand side, which it looks like Mitchell is going to take, as it's showing the last 5 minutes City have had nearly 90% possession, which is showing you the direction this game is heading in. So there's going to be a lot of absorbing from Crystal Palace. First goal, pretty crucial for this game. If we do get a goal, of course. City very good defensively. Crystal Palace are pretty solid defensively. Zinchenko does get enough on his header back to Ederson to stop Townsend potentially having an opportunity to score. It's Zinchenko now driving City forward into the Crystal Palace half. Switches play to Bernardo Silva really well. What can Bernardo do with the ball now? I just don't agree with all this cutting in. Get Raheem Sterling onto the right-hand side. Get Bernardo Silva out to the left-hand side. And just let them have a run at the Palace defence and see what happens. Walker tries to put a ball in. Way too much on that, and it does go out of play. Not a good ball in that from Kyle Walker, who must be under a lot of pressure. He's got an informed Joao Cancelo breathing right down his neck, looking for that right-back position to become his. So, yeah, a lot of pressure here for Kyle Walker. Needing to put in a good, solid performance if he's wanted to keep hold of the right-back position. With the rumours of Man City being in for a left-back in the summer as well, I presume that would be even more competition for Kyle Walker to compete with, as it would seem that Cancelo is going to be used as an out-and-out right-back instead. As Eze now picks up the ball inside the City half. He goes for a lob over Ederson. Never on. It goes over the bar. I think that might be our first shot. Very audacious effort from Eze, obviously full of confidence from his fantastic goal that he scored the other week. Tries to lob Ederson. Ederson kind of not really off his line, which is quite surprising for Ederson. Wasn't really a chip on, but I appreciate the attitude to actually have a go and see if he can make something happen. Why not? Unfortunately for him it doesn't, and City now have the football from John Stones. He plays a good ball out to Ilkay Gundogan. He doesn't get his pass right though, so Eze picks up the ball inside the City half. A 1-2 combined well between Crystal Palace with Eze and Jordan Ayew means that they've managed to pick up a free kick, as City were a bit slow there, so Palace have got a chance here to send some of their men forward and put a ball into the box. And I said set pieces is one of Crystal Palace's best options for scoring a goal in this game. Certainly got a lot of physical threats there, including Tompkins and Miljelovic and Gary Cahill as well. Looks like Eze stood over it, so it looked like it might be him putting the ball into the box here. Also got Ayew as well, isn't the smallest of players. So lots of players to aim at here for Crystal Palace. As Eze puts the ball into the box, Ederson should catch that and does. So no danger there for City as he throws it out to Bernardo Silva for City to potentially launch a counter-attack. I think Bernardo's going to slow it down. He does though, so no possible counter-attacks. Instead, City choose for their patient build-up, which is predictable, shall we say. So it's Ruben Dias now to John Stones. Not too much happening. We're through 21 minutes. This hasn't been a brilliant game so far. I'm sure the neutrals are delighted at how brilliant this game's been so far, considering the match between Liverpool and Manchester United wasn't full of much quality either. This game following in the same pattern at this moment in time, currently 0-0, not having too much quality, as Gundogan's bringing City forward now. Raheem Sterling makes the run, doesn't use him, instead goes backwards. Zinchenko to Stones, Stones now to Fernandinho in a central position, looking for a ball out wide. Looks like a bit too much on that, but Bernardo Silva does well to get his head onto it and keep it in play. Walker now switching the play. Not got enough on that, and John Stones does well to get a touch on that. And a mix-up between Zinchenko and Stones means Townsend can come away over on the left-hand side. Stones looking to try and get back into position. Fernandinho slotted in at centre-back momentarily. John Stones is back now, and De Bruyne manages to cover ground and tackle Eze, and that counter-attack is snuffed out by Manchester City. Great pass from De Bruyne to find Gundogan. Raheem Sterling now, inside the City half. Gundogan to Fernandinho. Fernandinho bringing City forward now, just trying to keep everything as calm and collected as possible. Ilkay Gundogan now, with an opportunity. De Bruyne, who's got the run of Bernardo Silva, he doesn't use him, instead goes for goal. He wants a corner. It looked like there was a deflection. I'm not too sure if a corner's been given. I think it has. Yeah, corner to Manchester City, as City have a shot with meaning there from De Bruyne. Felt like there was a better option. He was going onto his weaker left foot, that he could have used the overlap of Bernardo Silva, but there we go. There's another problem though. If he does play that ball through, Bernardo Silva's on his right foot rather than his stronger left foot, which once again, like I'm saying, it doesn't work too well. Having players having to switch and cut in all the time, it just comes a bit predictable. Just have a drive at them. If Bernardo Silva was right-footed there, just a ball needs playing in, and you're in a good position. Raheem Sterling now has a shot, it's blocked well. Ilkay Gundogan has a shot, and it's blocked well as well. De Bruyne has a shot, and it's blocked well. And Crystal Palace now, 3 shots bombarded on their goal, all 3 dealt with, and Palace can come away with the ball through Townsend. Goes down under a challenge from Raheem Sterling, and gets himself a free kick there, and danger averted for Palace. So, most liveliest we've seen there. 4 shots from Manchester City inside a minute. De Bruyne having a couple of them, Raheem Sterling and Ilkay Gundogan as well. All very hopeful shots, I will add, not clear-cut. But a good bit of defending nonetheless from Crystal Palace, but I've come to expect nothing less. So you just have to be patient here. Ball comes forward. Dealt with by Zinchenko. Does well to beat Ayew in the air, and Fernandinho can come away with the ball for City. John Stones now. Like I said, there hasn't been too many opportunities, but it has been a fairly decent game this so far. It is 0-0 though. Neither team's had a shot on target yet. Stones to Jesus. I forgot Jesus was playing. Not really been that effective for City so far. Ball gets played across now. Bernardo Silva on the right-hand side into the penalty area. De Bruyne plays a first-time ball in. Back post. Good ball. Raheem Sterling, I thought, was going to put his laces through that, but Jesus picks up the ball instead, wanting to make something happen. He's cutting in too much and he will be tackled. Ayew goes down. Didn't look like Jesus had pulled him down, so no free kick given. City pressing. Palace will clear their lines now. And John Stones, the solid John Stones, the rejuvenated John Stones. They're already at this stage of the season putting himself forward for a potential City Player of the Season, John Stones. Kyle Walker plays a really poor pass that wasn't really on. It's cut out by Townsend. Driving at John Stones. I have every confidence that John Stones will cut that out. He doesn't. Just after I'd bigged him up. The ball in isn't great though. Walker doesn't deal with it, but Ruben Dias does, and the ball does eventually go forward. Palace do pick up the loose second ball though. And now Eze with the ball on the left-hand side for them. City just looking for the mistakes there. There is a mistake there. And Raheem Sterling cuts this out now. There could be an opportunity. He's got the runner De Bruyne. Will he use him? He will. De Bruyne on his right foot. Squares it across. There isn't really a player there for him to square it across to. Could have put his laces through that. That was a big opportunity. Ward does really well to cover the gaps there. De Bruyne looking for the assist rather than the goal there. I felt like he'd have been better going for an effort on goal. He was on his stronger right foot there. It was a good ball by Raheem Sterling. Took it in his stride, trying to look for Sterling in the box there. Wasn't really anything on there. That was a big opportunity, and I'd have fancied De Bruyne putting his laces through that. Could have had City's first shot on target and potentially could have had a goal. Instead, corner for City. Doesn't amount to anything as of right now. Raheem Sterling now plays it back across to De Bruyne on the right-hand side. Brilliant ball in. Surely a goal. There it is. The first goal. It's John Stones with the goal for Manchester City. What a ball in from Kevin De Bruyne. I said he wanted that assist. He gets his assist now with the outside of his foot on the right-hand side. What a ball into the box. And it's John Stones, that man that I was saying that already, an early contender for the City Player of the Season, putting Manchester City ahead. It's Manchester City 1, Crystal Palace 0. What a brilliant, brilliant goal from Manchester City. What a ball in. What a ball in from Kevin De Bruyne. It's all about the assist. Raheem Sterling with a great ball out. Pinpoint to De Bruyne. Puts a ball in. John Stones is there. John Stones is full of confidence. He knows exactly what he's doing. Gets enough direction on that. Towering above the Crystal Palace defence to put Manchester City ahead through John Stones' marvellous, wonderful head. It's Manchester City 1, Crystal Palace 0. KDB assist as well. Fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. John Stones' first goal in the Premier League for Manchester City, 7th goal for Manchester City as well. We've got the first goal, we've got first blood, just what we're looking for. Fantastic from Manchester City, brilliant. I think that might be our first shot on target as well. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Mick said, yeah, it's going very well, thank you. So I'm not managing to do much interaction with the chat at the moment. I've just been getting carried away with the with the game because I feel like it's been a very entertaining game that I've enjoyed at this moment in time. Prime John Stones returning indeed. I've just noticed we're nearly on 80 likes now, so 21 likes away from our target of 100 likes for this live stream, so thank you everyone for that. That is much appreciated. We are also on that big push towards 15,000 subscribers. We're now only 51 subscribers away, so any help towards that would be much appreciated. Like I said, today, live stream, I'm not expecting it to be today to be hit, but today could be the day. Like I said, though, if it doesn't come today, it doesn't matter. Could well be soon. We're only 15 likes now away from 100 likes. So if you haven't left a thumbs up already, please do. That would be much appreciated by me. Fernandinho now plays a good ball. Good job Zinchenko missed out on that ball as it found its way to Raheem Sterling, which I think was the intended target from Manchester City there. It's important now that City continue to probe and keep pushing. Kill a second goal now. That's what will be needed for this game, in my opinion. Bernardo Silva nearly. Good ball into him then. Got it under control and managed to cut back into the box. Eze goes down under a challenge from De Bruyne near his own penalty area. And it's also Kevin De Bruyne's 100 assists for Manchester City as well in all competitions. So kudos to Kevin De Bruyne for that. Chin chin. What an assist. What a player. What a player. Wouldn't have any other midfielder for City. I just think he's world class. I just think he's world class. I think he's the best central midfielder in the world. When on form, there is no player better than Kevin De Bruyne in midfield. None. None. There isn't a player I'd rather have. And like I said, City stalling over a contract over not paying him enough money. I think we should just be paying him as much money as what Kevin De Bruyne wants. Kevin De Bruyne wants to be the highest paid player at Manchester City. He wants to be the City captain, build the team around him because he's just world class. We need to be keeping hold of world class players, and De Bruyne is world class. De Bruyne will win you major trophies like Premier Leagues and Champions League. He's just that good. He will make a difference. I think we should be doing a lot more to make sure that contract is signed. If that means appeasing him, then appease him. He's just too good to be having the potential to leave. As Palace are just playing well there, looking for a penalty. Referee says no. Good bit of interplay at the in the penalty area as well from Palace. So showing that they've still got a danger there, even though City have found first blood in this game. Didn't look like a penalty, if honest. It looked like a nice clean challenge from Ruben Dias, I think it was. As Raheem Sterling plays a nice ball out to Fernandinho. I'm going to miss Fernandinho if he is to leave. To me, I think he's still a wonderful football player and certainly willing of another at least 12 months at Manchester City. All this talk of defensive midfielders, I'd honestly give him another 12 months and assess the situation again the summer after and look for a more creative central midfielder to replace David Silva, because I do think we're a central midfielder short. As much as I like Phil Foden getting as many minutes as he is, I also think that Phil Foden should be having some support there for Manchester City. Would also allow a break for either one of De Bruyne or Gundogan as well, who seem to be playing a lot of minutes this season. As Raheem Sterling bringing the ball forward for City. John Stones now putting in a solid performance, pinging balls left, right and centre, finds De Bruyne, Walker, puts the ball into the box and it fizzles across and out for a goal kick there to Crystal Palace, I think. Or has it gone out for a deflection for a corner? Anyway, getting in a replay of the penalty incident there. It's, are you playing a 1-2? It looked pretty clean, that from Ruben Dias. Ruben Dias was just stronger than MacArthur there. MacArthur wasn't really appealing. And so, yeah, it's corner to Manchester City. I thought it was a goal kick. So, chance here for De Bruyne to get assist number 2. So, it's De Bruyne with the corner for Manchester City. Ball into the box. Doesn't beat the first man, are you? And he clears the ball. Raheem Sterling now picks up the loose ball for Manchester City. He plays a ball into the box. Looking for Jesus. Doesn't find Jesus. Palace clear it only as far as Jesus, though, now. City just going backwards as Ruben Dias and Fernandinho decide to come back after going forward. So does John Stones now. Now only 13 likes away from 100. Stones with the ball to Walker. Back to Stones. Ilkay Gundogan now. Fernandinho. Good bit of play this from Manchester City. Just patiently building up and waiting for their opportunity. John Stones. Ruben Dias. Back to Stones. As we've now got nearly 90 people tuning in. So thank you, welcome everybody, and thank you for choosing the JSGC channel for your live watch-along of this Premier League game between Manchester City and Crystal Palace. It's currently Manchester City in the lead thanks to a towering header from John Stones and a marvellous assist from Kevin De Bruyne, giving Manchester City the lead. If things stay the same, these 3 points means Manchester City will go second, and with our midweek game against Aston Villa at home, if we can win that and we're playing before United, we could go first. Sterling now. De Bruyne plays it well. He's gone down. It looked like a free kick. I think a free kick has been given to Manchester City. De Bruyne looks in a bit of pain, so I hope he is okay. But a big opportunity this for City, certainly within range. We've now got 100 people now tuning in. So thank you and welcome to everybody for tuning in. If you are watching this and enjoying the content, please do help to support my channel by subscribing. We are aiming for 15,000 subscribers. So any help towards that would be much appreciated. We're only 51 subscribers away. So if you are watching this and you aren't subscribed, please do subscribe. That would be much appreciated. And also please leave a thumbs up on this live stream. Our minimum target aiming for 100 likes. Only 10 away. Let's see if we can hit that before half time. Thank you very much, our Claire, for the £2 donation. Much appreciated. Big shout out to you supporting the future content created on the JSGC channel. Does my hair glow in the dark? I can confirm that it does. Free kick here for City then. It's Gundogan and Bernardo Silva standing over it. I thought De Bruyne would be having a go. It's not. It's Gundogan, and it's 2 points for Manchester City. It's sailing over the crossbar. Not a great free kick, if I'm honest, there from Manchester City. And Chick, hi, thank you for the £2 donation as well. Are you a Dolmino puppet version of Ronnie Barker? I don't know what that means. So There we go. Fernandinho now. Bernardo Silva. Zinchenko with the ball. Bringing City forward. Ilkay Gundogan. Back to Zinchenko. Back to Gundogan. Ruben Dias now. As we've hit the 100 likes, so thank you everyone for that. That is much appreciated. Bernardo Silva. De Bruyne, can he put a ball in? Just cutting into the centre, and Zinchenko. Chance has gone away for City. Zinchenko now to Walker. Driving City forward. Bernardo Silva. Gundogan. Bernardo Silva. Flips it on. Jesus! And a chance there for City. And a good save there from Guaita. It's half a chance that for City. Half a chance. Good bit of defending to put Jesus off. Fernandinho. De Bruyne gets a block in. Bernardo said ball goes straight out for a throw into to Crystal Palace there. So there we go. Is what it is. Still 1-0 to Manchester City here for this match between Manchester City and Crystal Palace. Ederson now with the ball. Stones. Back to Ederson. A stream on Tyson Fury's next fight. Do people like boxing? Is that something people would like to see? I don't think that's a bad video idea, if I'm honest. But there we go. Anyway, Ruben Dias. Chat's gone a bit mad, so I've just left that to one side. I presume it's been promoted on some other stream or something like that that's been sent over. But I'm a fan of any algorithm, so thanks for tuning in. Anyway, De Bruyne now tries to square it across, comes off the face of a Crystal Palace player. I think that looked like a throw into Crystal Palace, but there we go. Thank you, Mick Sid. There you go, thank you. Big shout out to you there. Dealt with it well, though. As we're back to normality, it seems, with the numbers and that. Yeah, it looks like Zaha's injured. He's not even in the squad. Candidate for man of the match, definitely De Bruyne and John Stones at this early stage. As Crystal Palace will bring the ball clear now as we're through 41 minutes nearly. Ruben Dias now to Zinchenko. Zinchenko back to De Bruyne. De Bruyne, good ball forward. And it will be dealt with by Palace at the back. Looked like it had a deflection. Looked like it took a deflection off Sterling and out for a throw into Palace. They're not happy about it. There we go. Mixed Sid's coming in. That's why I've got moderators. I think if something like that happens again, I might have to employ more moderators. We need to have a job interview for moderators. Who should be the new moderators? Get some more moderators in to help. Send your CVs over. Walker now. It's not a good ball. And dealt with by Crystal Palace. Are you now? To John Stones, as that's a free kick. And there we go. Crystal Palace pick up a free kick through Fernandinho. Does mean we've got past 100 likes, which is fantastic. I'm just helping. So ball comes over, dealt with by Bernardo eventually. Still 1-0 to Manchester City here as City pick up a free kick through Jesus. As we're now 49 subscribers away. Thank you, Jaden. I do appreciate that. Let's push towards that 15,000. I hope Fernandinho's given a 1-year extension. I think he deserves it. Nothing really too much happening, if I'm honest here. Thank you, Alexei. Appreciate it. As we're into a minute of added on time. 20 seconds left to go here. So Crystal Palace are going to put a ball into the box. Ball does go in. It's defended well by Fernandinho. City hoof the ball clear. And that could well be that for the half. So I was wrong with the first goal scorer and who I thought would get the goal. But I am right in Manchester City leading at half-time. Thanks to the header from John Stones and an assist for Kevin De Bruyne. So, thank you very much, Lexi. I do appreciate that. So, fantastic that from Manchester City in the first half. As far as I'm concerned, job done. We now march it towards the second half. And I think City need to look for that killer second goal, if I'm honest. I think Palace have got enough about them to cause City a couple of problems in the second half. So we need to make sure we are putting in a good, solid performance for the second half and getting the job done. But the days of Manchester City struggling to find the killer second goal and it not being enough and we need that goal has kind of gone. Manchester City now are more than capable of seeing out this at 1-0, but I think we could all do with Manchester City scoring that killer second goal just for anxiety purposes to seal that out and get that done. So there we go. Eze has looked very lively for Crystal Palace. Townsend, I don't think Townsend's... He's had a quiet game, but he has looked lively as well coming forward. And I do feel like it's coming through Townsend or Eze where the opportunities are for Crystal Palace. And I think City just need to be mindful of that going into the second half. So, yeah. So we're going to get the statistics up now. And we're going to have a look at the stats for this game. I do apologise to everybody that was watching the live stream and the chat was going a bit crazy and people have seen anything offensive that's come out and offended them, and then I do apologise. My moderator Mixid has managed to see them all out of the channel. So yeah, I do apologise for that if we've seen anything inappropriate. There was a lot for my moderators to deal with there. I thought Aaron's done an outstanding job, so big shout out to Aaron there for doing that job for me. Not so much bothered about bombardment towards me on a personal level, because YouTube, after all, people just put stuff, reactions and stuff, and I find it's just best not just to ignore it, just not give a reaction what they're looking for, kind of sorts the problem out itself. But yeah, there's other stuff that was put on there that I do apologise if people have seen, and like I said, they have. Obviously, my moderator has dealt with them, so kudos to Aaron for doing that. So, at the moment, my man of the match is probably John Stones, who has put Manchester City ahead in this game. So we're going to have a look at the stats for this game. So Manchester City currently dominating possession stats, 76.5% possession compared with Crystal Palace's 23.5% possession. City have had 8 shots, 2 on target, 1 goal. Not a bad return. Crystal Palace 1 shot, none on target. That audacious chip effort from Eze. City have had 5 block shots compared with none from Crystal Palace. Passing completion rate at 88% for City, at 78% for Crystal Palace, are not too bad from City either. City have created 1 clear-cut chance. Palace are sitting very, very deep for this game, so City need to be at their creative best if we are to find that killer second goal that we're looking for in the second half. City have had 6 corners compared with Palace's none. Tackle completion rate for City at 58%, 50% for Crystal Palace, are both at a similar level there. Aerial duels, City have got 60% compared with 40% for Crystal Palace. Ederson's had no saves to make, whereas Guaita has had 1 save to make, and no yellow cards apiece for both sides and no red cards as well. So that's where we're currently standing, but as it stands, Manchester City on course to go second in the Premier League and going above Liverpool with a game in hand. One of that game in hand is going to be at in midweek against Aston Villa, where City momentarily, until United play after us on Wednesday evening, have a chance to go top if everything stays as it is. City, though, for the second half, looking for us to be clinical, creating the opportunities. There'll be a lot of tired legs in that Crystal Palace defence if this carries on in the second half. We just need to make sure we capitalise upon that and are clinical. We've got that goal, so that's the first hurdle over. If we can get that killer second goal, then I'm confident we can go on and feel comfortable to pick up the 3 points for this game. But so far, so good as far as I am concerned for this game. So I'd love to know your thoughts in the chat so far. I thought De Bruyne looked very good in that first half. I thought De Bruyne looks a bit fresher than what he's looked over the last couple of weeks or so. That's my honest opinion. So, just before we put our live halftime entertainment on, we are aiming for, now we've got past 100 likes, aiming for 150 likes, so 23 likes away, so any help towards that would be much appreciated. And also, please remember to subscribe if you are new round here. That would be much appreciated. All you need to do, press that red button, you can press the bell if you want, and put your push notifications on to be notified immediately for when I do upload. And yeah, we're aiming for 15,000 subscribers. We're less than 50 subscribers away from that goal. So, yeah, the live stream might be the live stream that we do hit that. If not, we will certainly be hitting that soon. So if you haven't subscribed already and you are enjoying all the Manchester City content, we're doing daily Manchester City transfer updates. We're doing watch-alongs. We will have the review video back out for the games from February 1st for everybody to look forward to, with our 5 things that we have learnt from the games as well for everybody to look forward to. So yeah, worthwhile subscribing if you are a City fan and keeping up to date with all the latest news and views and everything like that. And on a last note before we put our halftime entertainment on, I'd like to see some more collaboration. City Extra Esteem Company, I'd support that. They're wanting JSGC involved as well. Then all they need to do is hit me up and we can see what we can do to make that happen. So there we go. Right, halftime entertainment comes from Mixid today, who has moderated this chat really well, so I think it's deserving that he does get a plug and the halftime entertainment. So go and check out his channel link in the description below. Go and subscribe, go and like, go and watch his videos and everything, and do support his content that he's creating. Aiming for 1,000 subscribers on the Mixid channel now, so go and check that out, providing the halftime entertainment for this video, where he has made the rum Negroni. So do enjoy that, everybody.
What's going on, guys? Mixid here, back again for another cocktail, and today's cocktail, guys, is the rum Negroni. So what you want to do with this, guys, is get your mixing glass and put some ice cubes. So as you can see, guys, we made our own ice cubes this time. Nice big ice cubes. There we go, undo. So the first thing we're going to go in, guys, is 25ml, just short of 1 ounce of water. So just to remind you, it's cold water, not hot water, this. So the next thing we're going to go in, guys, is 50ml, which is just short of 2 ounces of Campari. Next ingredient is 50ml, just short of 2 ounces of sweet red vermouth. As you can see, we're using the Martini brand. And the last ingredient to go in, guys, is 50ml, just short of 2 ounces of Spice Gold Rum. Because it doesn't have to be a Spice Gold Rum, it can be any gold rum list. So what we want to do, guys, is get your hip flasks. As you can see, ours is from The Alchemist, because they're very nice, and what we're going to do is strain into it. And there we go, 1 rum Negroni. So we'll seal this up. And now, just for a tasting measure, we'll pour into a shot glass. And that is how you make a rum Negroni, because it's very similar to a gin Negroni, but you substitute the gin with rum. And just as a very famous and bitter cocktail taste. Ah, beautifully bitter, absolutely beautiful. Really compliments the spice rum does. So it's anything better than an Italian cocktail. But I can't wait to taste out the hip flask. But that's the attention to detail. Thing with the hip flask, can save the cocktail for another day. So a bit the same, but right, now let's have a taste out the hip flask. Chin chin. I would really recommend it. I would really recommend the rum Negroni. That is beautiful, and the best thing is with a hip flask, you can save for a nice day out somewhere. Hopefully very soon we'll all have a bit of normality back and we can have days out again and enjoy bars again. Days out into the cities like Manchester. So I really can't get enough of alcohol, so I really do recommend them. But that is the gin Negroni. I hope you enjoyed this nice and bitter aperitif cocktail. It's absolutely beautiful. Not quite the original famous Negroni, because it's just an alteration of it. So it's very similar to gin Negroni, like I said. So just shoot the gin with the rum and you get the rum Negroni, and that is how you make it. It's very simple. Because it's nice and bitter, has that famous Campari taste, and it's just absolutely beautiful. And I would really recommend the gin Negroni. That is today's cocktail video. Don't forget to like and subscribe to Mix It, as the goal for the year is to try and reach to 1K, and any help towards that goal is greatly appreciated on this channel. And I will see you guys for the next cocktail video. Chin chin.
We're back! 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 Thank you very much to Mixid for providing the halftime entertainment for this live watch along between Manchester City. Excuse me, I'm very gassy from all the beer. Got to love live streams. Anyway, yeah, thank you very much to Mixid for providing the halftime entertainment for this live watch along. You want to go and help to support his channel. All you need to do is press his link in the description below to go and check him out. That would be much appreciated by me. So we're just waiting for the second half now for this game between Manchester City and Crystal Palace. So I'm just gonna get the things changed up on the screen for everybody, just so organisational purposes there. So we're out of the first half, into the second half. And we'll also have the clock timer, because I know everybody likes the clock timer, all ready to roll out for everybody as well. So there we go. That's where we're up to. Is where we're up to. Yeah, aim for 1K. Go and show Mixid some support. Go and subscribe over there. That would be absolutely brilliant. Plugging hard. He's working hard. Like I said, he's helped to moderate the chat, and the chat's been a bit difficult for Aaron in this first half as well. So I think the least we can do is go over to his channel and go and show some love. Go and subscribe. Go and like his video and everything. Yeah, I sometimes feature in his videos. We're hoping that at some point when lockdown does eventually end, that we can go and do some vlogs, including go and have a look at some drinking places in Manchester and beyond as well. I am sure lots of stuff to look forward to. So yeah, always worthwhile go and check out Mixid. So there we go. Any cocktail ideas that anyone wants to go and see, just leave in the recommendations, and I'm sure Mixid will see what he can do. Kenneth, tuning in from Cali. Got to love it. Thank you very much for tuning in and choosing the JSGC channel to, for your live watch along for this game, as both sets of players are now out, ready for this second half, which is good to see. You'll all be very pleased to hear that we have got the timer on standby as well, because I know how much everybody does love the timer. When I don't put it in, everyone is very quick to let me know that I have not put it in. It's going to be Crystal Palace getting us underway. They're attacking from left to right. Manchester City attacking from right to left, from the south stand to the north stand. Crystal Palace attacking from the north stand to the south stand, if you are aware of the stands to the Etihad Stadium. Just missing fans being in stadiums as the second half does get underway, with MacArthur getting us underway for this second half. Haaland to City. Please reply. Got a reply from me. I would like Haaland to Manchester City. Will it happen or not? That remains to be seen, as it looks like City have got we have a corner very early on in this first half. Yes, that Cardiff City fan. I appreciate it. So Jesus took a bit of a whack then. Does go down. Gets himself back up. It's going to be De Bruyne taking the corner for Manchester City now. De Bruyne with the corner. Goes for the near post. It's cleared. The ball comes in and collected by Guaita in goal for Crystal Palace. Lamar Roast Franklin gave you a good laugh. I'll check it out after the live stream, Aaron. I will check it out then. But big 45 minutes this for Manchester City. Good tackle from Zinchenko. City now can bring the ball away. It is Kevin De Bruyne with the ball. As I'm just going to go and focus on this game now. So if I do less interaction, then I do apologise to everybody. Raheem Sterling into the penalty area, driving forward, goes down, wants a penalty. No penalty, that in my opinion. And no penalty is what is indeed given. De Bruyne with the ball to Ruben Dias. Walker once more. Ilkay Gundogan. Fernandinho bringing the ball forward for City. Tries to dink it towards Raheem Sterling, who's drifted out to the right hand side. Way too much on it, and it does go out of play for a throw into Crystal Palace. You get highlights now of the potential penalties. There's just nothing in it. It's not a penalty. And yeah, play will continue from there. Sterling's going down way too easy. And the problem you have when you're going down way too easy is you develop a reputation that if it's a 50-50, I think referees more likely inclined not to give you the penalty. Bernardo Silva takes the throw into Ruben Dias now. John Stones with the ball. Bringing the ball forward for Manchester City. Kyle Walker. Plays the ball back out to John Stones. Ederson with the ball. To John Stones. Ilkay Gundogan. John Stones. Now Fernandinho. I haven't mentioned it yet, but this game's kicked off at 7:15 in the evening on a Sunday evening for this week game in the UK, so 7:15 PM GMT. I think it's just a bit of a stupid time to have a game for a weekend game. Don't mind it so much for midweek games. I'll be honest, I prefer 7:45 kickoff rather than 8 o'clock or 8:15 or 7 o'clock or 7:15 or 7:30. I think 7:45 is a good time for a kickoff when fans aren't allowed in stadiums. But 7:15 on a Sunday, why couldn't they've had it early? Had a postponed game. There's been no game on it midday. I mean, could not put this game on at midday and could have reached more worldwide audiences? I don't know. There we go. Anyway, it is what it is. Sterling now finds gap. De Bruyne plays it back to Sterling. He should keep it in. Just about keeps it in, and it's out for a corner to Manchester City now. As we've got people tuning back in now for the second half, so hello and welcome to everybody tuning in. It's much appreciated by me. I hope everyone is enjoying the live stream so far. We have already smashed our 100 like goal, so thank you for that. We are aiming for 150 now by the end of the live stream. That would be much appreciated. As the corner for Manchester City is going to come in from Kevin De Bruyne. As referee's not happy about something, so I think the corner is going to be retaken. Wants to have a word with John Stones about, I'm not too sure, between pushing and shoving. Anyway, it's De Bruyne that's going to put the ball in. Does go in. Fernandinho nearly wins the header. They eventually will bring it clear there, Crystal Palace. I think he's given way too much time to clear that as well because he initially made a mistake. Anyway, Gundogan driving in. A good tackle, and then referee's going to give a free kick there against Ilkay Gundogan. Ilkay Gundogan wants a free kick for the initial challenge on him. But Ilkay Gundogan, as his go down, has brought down Milijevic, and so a free kick given to Crystal Palace. That's correct decision. Correct decision, in my opinion. De Bruyne now is intercepted, so Palace can come forward. Great tackle there from Ruben Dias. Proper overstretching there. Run the risk of overstretching his hamstring there, but it looked like he was nearly doing the splits to intercept the ball for Manchester City, but comes away with the ball nonetheless. So not only an attacking threat dealt with potentially for Crystal Palace, but also manages to put City on their front foot as Sterling goes across the box. And the ball will beat everybody and head out for a throw-in on the opposite side to Crystal Palace. Great ball across. No one really there for Raheem Sterling's ball in though. And so Crystal Palace have a throw-in on the right-hand side as, Sterling definitely on the opposite flank. And Bernardo Silva's out on the left. So they've taken my advice that I recommended in the first half. Enough of this cutting in malarkey. Just have direct runs at the full backs. Ward now with the ball. Really good pressing from Ilkay Gundogan and Bernardo Silva. However, ball does go out of play for another throw-in to Crystal Palace. Little settling in period for Palace. Palace, this is all be about staying in the game, is what they'll be looking for. Stay in this game for as long as possible. Keep it at 1-0. When the ball's gone out for a throw, and it does, and to Crystal Palace. Palace send the ball forward. Ruben Dias deals with that. It's just been long, hopeful balls from Palace. Not really troubled Ederson too much, and we're through 55 minutes now. City haven't been at their best, but I've had enough about them to get the job done so far. Good work out from City to play out from the back. Ruben Dias now to Ederson. Ederson's always a good option when being pressed, actually, to give the ball. Nice, calm and composed player in the middle. Even though he is a goalkeeper, he can do that, and it's essential for City's build-up there. How City just played their way out from the high press there would have been something we struggled with back in the 2016 season. So instead, City now have the ball, no issues whatsoever, inside the Crystal Palace half, and playing our football. And in full control and in full possession of the ball. So that to me is definitely what we've improved on under our tenor of Pep Guardiola. Bernardo Silva now. There is a run of Zinchenko on the left-hand side. Half a yard of space. Gets a block and it goes out for another corner to Manchester City now. So it's going to be Bernardo Silva to take. Instead of Kevin De Bruyne. So we've got a different player on the set-piece duties. We've seen De Bruyne be on corner duties. We've seen Gundogan have an effort with a free kick. So now Bernardo, not a bad ball in it, is dealt with though by Crystal Palace. Gundogan picks up the loose ball. He's got it onto his right foot with a good shot. And what a goal! What a brilliant goal from Ilkay Gundogan! An absolute screamer into the top corner to make it Manchester City 2, Crystal Palace 0. What a goal from Ilkay Gundogan! Onto his right foot. The Palace players all around him really there. Does really well to dispossess Townsend. Gets a great shot into the top corner. What a goal from Ilkay Gundogan. Makes it Manchester City 2, Crystal Palace 0. Great interception from Gundogan onto from Andros Townsend. It all came about from the corner from Bernardo Silva. Palace couldn't clear their lines. Townsend couldn't get it clear. Gundogan makes the tackle. 1 touch, 2 touch. Sets himself up on his stronger right foot. Into the top corner. Brilliant goal from Ilkay Gundogan. He also has been much improved from Manchester City for this season. Makes it Manchester City 2, Crystal Palace 0. And what's important now for City is they don't stop. As Jesus presses the keeper nearly into a mistake and it's out for another corner to Manchester City. This is brilliant from Manchester City. Going second now, as Dad says there. Correct. The killer second goal that City have got there. Palace making all kinds of mistakes now. Top bins from Ilkay Gundogan. City in form. City doing really well. Corner for City. Let's keep going. We've got that killer second goal now. Puts everyone's anxiety at ease. We need to make sure we're building on this. Let's see if we can get a third now. De Bruyne. Ball comes in from the corner. Cleared by Crystal Palace. Eze now picks up the loose ball. Can set, I think it's Townsend away. Though a good bit of defending from Raheem Sterling to stay with him. He plays the ball across. It's not going to be intercepted by Manchester City. And Bernardo Silva can't get the ball. It's Ayew now. Into space. Is there anything on for him? Plays it to Ward. Now Ayew gets a shot and blocked well by that solid Ruben Dias to put the ball out for a corner to Crystal Palace. Going second with a game in hand. We could well go top on Wednesday, but United are also playing for their last game in hand. City then will have one game in hand on everybody, and that is that game against Everton away. Corner from Palace, comes in. Palace do win the initial header, trying to find an opportunity. Jesus picks up the loose ball. Fancies himself in a sprint, but it goes straight out of play for a throw-in to Crystal Palace inside the City half here. Nearly through an hour. Manchester City 2, Crystal Palace 0 here. Looked like a throw into Palace. Looked like it took a deflection. Instead, it looks like it's thrown to Manchester City. And also our first substitution of the game. And it is Bernardo Silva coming off and Phil Foden coming on. So putting a good shift there, Bernardo Silva. Happy to see Phil Foden getting another 30 minutes or so for Manchester City. What a brilliant, brilliant goal that was from Ilkay Gundogan though. What a goal. City are just going through the gears. They're finding their feet really well. They're hitting form. They're playing with confidence. They're defending well. They're scoring some goals now. I'm not going to get too ahead of ourselves, but we're looking good. We're looking a lot better than what we was maybe a couple of months ago. Got 30 more minutes to see out here, and then it's on to a big match against Aston Villa in midweek. A game in hand for City. City have 2 games in hand. Kyle Walker does a foul throw. He's really not happy about that decision being given as a foul throw. So Palace get the throw in instead inside the City half. Bit of a waste from Palace though, as they give the ball straight away. And De Bruyne now launching a counter-attack for City. Plays a great ball across. Phil Foden now. He's just got too ahead of himself and he falls over. A bit like when you're running too fast. Your feet lose balance and you fall over is what happened there. It's like running like a headless chicken, just fell over. Great ball that from De Bruyne though. Phil Foden just couldn't take it in his stride. Didn't have enough pace for what he wanted there to try and keep up with the ball and play. I knew exactly what Phil Foden wanted to do, just physically couldn't make it possible. Ended up falling over. Ruben Dias now with the ball for Manchester City. Back to Ederson in goal. As we're now only 18 likes away from our like goal of 150 likes. So any help towards that would be much appreciated. If you are watching this and you haven't left a thumbs up already, then please do. That would be much appreciated by me. And don't forget also to subscribe. We are aiming for 15,000 subscribers now. We are only 48 subscribers away from that as well. So any help towards that would be much appreciated. If you are new around here, then please do subscribe. Plenty of Manchester City content for everybody to look forward to. And we will be back again on Wednesday evening for another live watch along for the game in hand at home against Aston Villa. So we'll be back for that as well for everybody to look forward to. And temporarily anyway, Manchester City could well go top. Good ball over now. Zinchenko. Phil Foden, back to Zinchenko. Zinchenko's had a pretty decent game at left back for City so far, as we're now only 14 likes away. Ruben Dias plays a good pass to Jesus. Now to De Bruyne in space. Can he get a shot away? He can! Oh, it's just wide from Kevin De Bruyne. Just wide. That would have sealed the deal. 3 goals, 3-0, 3 points for Manchester City nearly there. De Bruyne in acres of space. I think he'd be disappointed not to find the target there had the keeper scrambling. It looked like the keeper might have had that covered. There wasn't a lot of pace in the shot. A lot of spin, and it does go wide. Would have took a very good finish to have scored from there. Pep, though, was happy with that play then. Giving a lot of applause there. So he was happy with what he saw as Palace go long. Can Fernandinho intercept? Can Fernandinho intercept? Of course Fernandinho can intercept. It's Fernandinho. We need that. Telling you, campaign, new contract. Fernandinho, get him on a new contract extension. Never mind all this. Who's our long-term Fernandinho replacement? Fernandinho doesn't need replacing. He's still top quality. Excuse me. Stones now with the ball. Dinks the ball out, looking for a crossfield pass to Zinchenko. Cut out though by Ward. Pep looks like he's instructing the defence just to hold their line. He's calling for to come forward, then hold their line. Palace just working the ball into space, looking for any space. Eze looks like he's going to get pressed into a mistake. Picks up a free kick though. Although, is it a throw-in? I'm not sure. I think it's a free kick to Manchester City. I'm not too sure how the referee came to that conclusion, but there we go. We've got nearly 60 people now tuning in, so thank you everybody for tuning in. It is much appreciated. I hope you are enjoying the live watch along so far. This Premier League game between Manchester City and Crystal Palace. It is Manchester City currently leading 2-0 thanks to goals from John Stones in the first half and a great assist for De Bruyne for that goal, and then a great interception from Ilkay Gundogan doing all the hard work himself and scoring a fantastic goal around 21-22 yards out on his stronger right foot outside of the area into the top corner. Lovely little finish from Ilkay Gundogan in the second half has ensured that City are 2-0 ahead as Zinchenko, not too sure what his plan was there with his header, goes out of play for a goal kick to Crystal Palace. So there we go. As Crystal Palace have got Benteke currently warming up. So Guaita now clearing the ball for Palace, looking to try and get it out out wide there. De Bruyne intercepts, but thankfully for Palace it goes out of play for a throw-in to them. As City have Benjamin Mendy warming up, and as part of his warm-up, warming up his mouth by talking with a Crystal Palace player. So 25 minutes here for Crystal Palace. Need to find a goal to get back into this game. Manchester City got their killer second goal now. Got a 2-goal cushion. Like I said, just looking for that third goal. Get that third goal. That is 3 points. In what has been a pretty solid performance from Manchester City here. A very professional job done so far. Jesus should intercept that and does in a dangerous area. Crystal Palace sloppy out from the back. It's Jesus now to Ilkay Gundogan. Having a good game once more for Manchester City. De Bruyne has had a good game for City as well. John Stones still, in my opinion, heading towards a JSGC man of the match so far. Phil Foden now. Ilkay Gundogan. Back to Phil Foden. Ilkay Gundogan now on the City left-hand side. Playing the ball backwards to Zinchenko. Zinchenko is probably going to go all the way back to Ruben Dias and does. Now to Stones, who Palace are trying to press, trying to make something happen. City just being cautious. Just keeping hold of the ball, doing what Manchester City do really well. With some very tired legs out there and some mentally drained players as well. Perfect opportunity, in my opinion, for City to be bolstering their goal difference here and trying to look for 3 or 4 goals. Got ourselves in a great position so far, as Jesus looked like he might have controlled that with his arm, but it doesn't matter anyways. The goalkeeper does pick it up for Crystal Palace and rolls it out to Gary Cahill at the back. Now Milijevic bringing the ball forward for Palace. It's a poor pass. De Bruyne intercepts. Raheem Sterling now. Great opportunity here for Manchester City. And he's a brilliant tackle from Milijevic and out for a corner to Crystal Palace there. Bit of a dangerous tackle to be making in the penalty area. Missed time, that is a penalty. A bit indecisive that from Raheem Sterling, I thought. Doesn't even need to take a touch there. Could have just been squaring that across back to Jesus, but because he takes the 2 touches there, it allows the tackle to be made in a corner to Manchester City. 23 minutes to go here. Manchester City 2, Crystal Palace 0. De Bruyne with the corner. Corner comes in. John Stones straight at the goalkeeper. Rebound. 3-0. 3-0 Manchester City. It's a brace for John Stones. John Stones well on his way for the JSGC man of the match. It's the man of the moment, the rejuvenated John Stones. Great initial save from the goalkeeper. Good cornering from De Bruyne. It was Ruben Dias with the header, not John Stones. And John Stones follows that in with the rebound. Dias really unlucky and a good save. Problem is the keeper puts it back into the danger zone and John Stones putting it nice and low under the goalkeeper and into the back of the net. Finding the gap under the goalkeeper, hitting it hard and low. There we go. Fantastic from Manchester City. It is 3 goals for Manchester City. It's 3-0 to Manchester City. And City well on their way to 3 points as well. As Crystal Palace make a substitution. It's Milijevic that conceded that corner coming off. And Riedewald coming on. 3-0 to Manchester City. Job done. Fantastic performance. Like I said, good opportunity now for us to get that goal difference going. Let's see if we can get 4 or 5 is what I'd be looking for. The GOAT John Stones striking a game for Manchester City. The hat-trick is on for John Stones. The scenes, if there's a John Stones hat-trick, there needs to be a forfeit. Get it in the chat. Let's see what the forfeit is for a John Stones hat-trick. What odds would you have got for a John Stones hat-trick at the beginning of this game? What a season John Stones is having, and people wanted to sell him for as little as £20 to £25 million. Yeah. Said it in my transfer updates in the summer. Don't want to say it, but I will. I told you so. Now got over 60 people now tuning into this live stream, and only 11 likes away from our goal of 150 likes now. So that is absolutely sensational. So thank you everyone for that. That is much appreciated. The forfeit shout out of my window, John Stones. Could do. See, look, people, egg on head. That's not happening. I've not got time for that. I like the sound of that. Shout out my window. That was nice. That's nice and easy. Egg on the head. One of them little desk flies. Go away, desk fly. Go away. We're on the Magnus Dark Fruit. Picked up £2.50. It was in Tesco. There we go. On offer. I'll take a bit of that. As Ilkay Gundogan is coming off, and Joao Cancelo is coming on. And City making all 3 substitutions with 20 minutes to go. It's a surprise. And De Bruyne is the other player coming off. And it is Ferran Torres going to be coming on. So where's Ferran Torres going to go, I'm wondering? Bernardo Silva in the middle. And Ferran Torres out wide potentially. Is what I think there. And Gundogan coming off. I presume it's going to possibly be Cancelo into defensive midfield, which is what Pep's been flirting with for quite a while. I just realised Joao Cancelo has a tattoo on the back of his neck that goes into his hairline as well. Never realised that. He's always been a confidence player, John Stones, and Ruben Dias, you're right, yeah, has just been the player that's John Stones has needed to get his confidence. He just looks full of confidence. Just looks the partnership they're forming and the relationship they're forming, just it's heartwarming. It's really nice. Bacon butty time in New Zealand. Just having a look through. A John Stones statue outside of the Etihad. John Stones just showing his quality, and it is really good to see. It is really good to see, and I'm delighted for John. Absolutely delighted. I've always believed in him. I've always believed that he's been a quality player. I've always said he has a future at City. I've always said that I want him to stay at City, and he's been one of them players that he's not just here because he's homegrown. He's here because